Hey moguls, it's Dr. T here, and I'm coming to you with another upgrade session where I'm doing the internal family systems process to transform myself and keep taking myself along a trajectory of healing, upgrading, ascending into a higher level of self-actualization and transcending some really significant things I've experienced in my lifetime and in a recent chapter, and just continuing on a path of healing. And just want to wipe the screen. Um, and just continuing to open myself up to my deepest level of transformative work that I've ever done, because it's been pushing me and pushing me to do it. And it being a result of me doing so many transformations with so many people for years that I can honestly say that in certain ways, I was so deep into that you can actually get injured doing that. I sustained some injuries helping some people transform that were really requiring a lot of transformational leadership from me. Um, and I've been doing a lot of different modalities, but the one that has been most present for me lately is the internal family systems approach to healing and attending to these parts of ourselves that have been doing certain roles, either being protectors, which the protectors can either be managers that have been managing our life in a protective way, or they can be firefighters who have been helping us deal with very painful things by just putting us into behaviors and processes and struggles and challenges and addictions and distractions that just get us out of the pain immediately until it subsides and keep us from getting re-injured. But as we know, these things can then end up injuring us even more. And then the other parts are the exiles, the parts of ourselves that got really, really injured in our life. And most of internal family systems people, and in general, when it comes to trauma, people talk about like childhood trauma. It's like, yes, we know that that's the original area where it took place, and then it just keeps repeating itself. But I think there needs to be more said about just trauma in general, of being in this world, being in our family all of our life, and where those traumas keep repeating themselves. I wish they'd talk more about adult trauma, adulthood trauma. So I'll talk about it, adulthood trauma. And just the general trauma of being in this modern world. As Dr. Dick Schwartz talks about it, the head of internal family systems, that method. We're in the U.S., which I'm no longer in, but I have lived in till recently, is a rugged individualist culture where everyone, for many, many generations, has been taught to just, when you get hurt, suck it up, move on, pretend it didn't happen, and just stiff upper lip. And that's why we have a society of super traumatized people that are getting worse and worse. So I've sustained childhood trauma, and I've also sustained a lot of adulthood trauma, and uh, built a lot of success through aspects of myself that I now know to be parts that were probably doing a lot of overcompensating to protect me, and the exiles, the wounded parts inside of me, keeping that from happening to them again. And in a recent chapter, I sustained the worst aspects of adulthood trauma than I ever have. And that is just, those experiences have just called upon me to just dig deeper into transformation, to become that much more skilled for the clients that I help, as my absolute commitment to myself and them. and to build my success in the future, now and in the future, on authenticity, on a foundation where the parts of me are healed, tended to, and transform and upgraded into better roles than a lot of the roles they've been playing in my life to support me. Recognizing that they were only able to take me so far with those strategies, and that it's time for new ones. And that's really good, because in 2024, we're coming into the Aquarian age, and we're heading into 2025 in the age of Aquarius, where all that bullshit just doesn't stand anymore. It's time for a new, revolutionary way of being, a new paradigm. And I've just given myself permission to be the kind of doctor of psychology, the kind of success coach, the kind of transformational leader that, instead of just telling people how to do it and supporting them in it, is just going to role model it and what it's like for me. It's a lot of disclosure that I've never done before, but it feels right. And I was hearing a conversation, a podcast that Elizabeth Gilbert was having with, I think, Maria Menounos. And she was talking about this thing about, like, someone had said to her once, who had gone through a really tragic experience, like, about using the pain and using it and working with whatever happens to you to create something amazing, participate in it. And she was saying that this guy said to her, like, don't waste the pain. So my continual thought more recently, and it's actually been this way for a long time, I've just been avoiding doing this, is to not waste the pain, to not waste the gain or the pain. So this is me not wasting the pain, and this is me not wasting the gain of the process that I'm doing. As I also learn and navigate through it, gain data, gain skills, gain information about how to do it better for myself and other people, and really prioritize, more than any other thing in my life right now, this transformation of myself and what is I'm being called to do. And being willing to just show up on camera, on video here, as my just authentic self, right? Not getting all prepped and done up and looking like I, am camera ready, and just knowing that when I'm doing an upgrade, that I want to share it with you. And that feels like the most me I've ever been, because I was taught to, by my family and society, to just keep everything secret, quiet, never talk about transformation. And I was shut down a lot, and a lot of the things I wanted to talk about. And while my clients have let me do that, I've always wanted to share it with a larger audience, and just felt like I was speaking. I realized later on I was speaking in a way where I was still, like, protecting something and protecting my story and my family. And the truth is, I've had a lot of success in my life, and I'm more fortunate than so many people on the planet. But I've also been through hell. And I can say that now. I have been through hell in this life, in my family systems. Takes nothing away from the good things that they've done. But I've been through hell. I've been through a lot of really bad things, and especially in contrast and just juxtaposed to who I am and the kind of person that I have been for my family, the kind of person that I have been for society, the kind of contribution I've made. And just always sort of just put up and shut up, and as I was made to do. And the truth is, I've been injured a lot. And it was just time to go deeper into the healing process, and including the injuries from helping other people in my transformational leadership role. And I'm just feeling better and better the more that I talk about it and say it, and realize it doesn't take anything away from my professional capacity. In fact, it makes it better. And the more authentic I am, the more I let go of the need for approval, or to be and look some perfect way here on camera or whatever. And I let go of the need of like, I got to put some specific image out so clients will want to work with me. I'm like, this is me. And I am as devoted and committed to transformation as anyone that I've ever met. I'm willing to go to the depths of it. I have spent my life living it. And every moment I ever transcended one level, got to another, I always went back and tried to bring the people that I love forward. And that also injured me quite a bit because the people that I have loved the most have been the people that I cared about the most in my family have been the most resistant to transformational processes and relating about that and collaborating on it together. And that's been very painful for me. The people that I wanted to grow with the most, the truth is they didn't want to grow with me. And I stunted some of my growth in order to be a way that they needed me to be so I could be with them. So as Dr. Gabor Mate talks about, that I could stay in the attachment, but that cost me my authenticity, and that almost cost me my real self because she was almost non-existent anymore. And so as I go into a internal family systems upgrade that I decided to do tonight, I'm going to do something that I've not done before because I'm new to the internal family systems approach. And while I'm getting support for it, where I'm having sessions where other people are doing it on me, a big part of the process is also doing it yourself. And I am someone who, even though Dr. Richard Schwartz talks about like not that many people can do it on their own, most people need the support of another. He also says he wants people to be able to do it on their own. And I'm really committed to that. And that's just my type of personality, to get help from others, but also do it on myself. So as I do it, I want to be clear, disclaimer, I am not here saying that I know how to do it perfectly, that I have the whole system down. I've got certain components of it, and that's what I'm working with. And it's been really helping me so far. Quite honestly, it's been pretty astounding. And I'm committed to doing a process right now that is something that even Dr. Richard Schwartz says, a lot of people can work with their parts, their protector parts, the firefighters and the managers, but not most people can't work with their exiles. And I can understand why, because those are the most deeply injured parts of ourselves and they've got lots of protectors around them. So I've never worked with an exile before and the type of protection that's around them, but I have been feeling that when I try to go forward in certain focuses and projects right now, I've got at least one exile, maybe more, that is so severely injured that it's almost taken my breath away. And this feels like an injury. This is injuries from a whole lifetime. This is also real severe injuries from a recent chapter where I really attempted something that took all of the courage that I possibly could muster, which was to try to change the relationships with myself and certain family members so they could be non-traumatizing to me any further, non-dysfunctional, and so they could be completely and totally authentic, at least on my end, and where I felt I needed to share certain things and I wanted to work through certain things. And I'll just leave it at this to say, which is that it really went horribly wrong when I attempted this, and the backlash on it and the rejection and the suppression and the downright hostility and reactivity and to a great degree the violence that came at me, the anger, the rage, the rejection, the abandonment, the neglect, and I'll just put it in the category of downright absolute denial, rejection, refusal, dejection of me wanting to really be my authentic self, start to work through some of the things that I felt I needed to work through with certain family members to make the relationships healthier, to heal myself, to recover, seek their support in that process. It went so terribly wrong and bad, and it was brutal. Um, I can say it now. It felt like being emotionally murdered. Um, and it's like everybody's worst fear about if they're authentic, what will happen. And it was worse than anything I ever imagined. And I really suffered some severe blows to my psyche, caused me to really move away from those relationships, had me move out of the country, which I have felt like the US has been a very unhealthy and toxic and dysfunctional environment for me for a very long time, if not my whole life. And I sustained some severe emotional injuries, and what my sense is that I reactivated in the pain of at least one of the exiled inner children parts in me that has been severely injured in my life. And I've just been feeling the way in which when I try to go forward with certain things, certain projects, certain tasks, I can just feel this part's injuries are so um, significant that in some ways it keeps me from doing certain things because this exile and the protectors around her, I think it's a her, really come, they really activate and try to like really keep me from going forward, and so that I don't get hurt. And so, maybe some of us notice these kinds of things, a little feeling of procrastination. This is an all out feeling of like, if I just like even I'm like starting to do some project that I need to work on, it's like all out, like this is dangerous, which is not true. So tonight, I'm going to work with an exile. That's my goal. If the parts will let me. And at a minimum, and I'm not even thinking of doing like a full on complete and total session, like all wrapped up in a bow here. My goal right now is just to make contact with that exile. Let them know that I am here for them, that I am a mature adult that is present and aware of what's happening to them. And while I'm going to use the process as I've been learning it, I just have the inclination, the instinct to make contact and just begin the healing process, because it feels like it's a multiple stage healing process for this exile that I think it is. And we'll see what happens. So yeah, it may not have all the parts in it that a normal IFS session would have in it, or it just may be an abbreviated one, or one that just feels like we're just getting started. But I just want to make contact, let this exile, see if I can even get connected with it and let it know that I am here on duty, that I'm watching over, and that I have every intention of helping her out of that role, that struggle, that prison, and helping her transform. So that's what I'm doing. So I'm going to go ahead and lay back. And wait a second, oh yeah, I'm putting on this, which helps me. This mask helps me. Got my dog here as well. So let's see. Get myself situated here. And gonna get going. Let's see if I can get a little bit more. You can see me. Okay. All right. Okay. I'm just getting a little note that in the future I can do this maybe with music on. Go into a real internal space. And my intention is to connect with the rejected one, to the one that is in a lot of pain from being rejected. I'd like to connect with them. I really like to connect with them. I really like them to come forward. I really like them to come forward and let me connect with them. Really like them to come forward and let me connect with them. The one who feels, oh, there we go. There we go. Hang on. Alright, so part of this process will have that my dog is in it, and this is real life. And I'm not producing some perfect production at this point. I'm focused on what's most important, which is this transformation. And the easiest way right now for me to share it, which is to let it be this organic. This is TJ. Yeah, this is TJ with me. Hi, TJ. Please watch over us. TJ, please help us. Please tune in with us. Please tune in here with us, please. Okay? Please tune in and help. Please support this transformation. Okay? Please support this transformation, please. Okay? Thank you. So I'd like to connect with the one that feels rejected. I'd really like to connect with this one, this part. The place that I feel her, feels like a her, is in my heart. The place that I feel her living is in my heart, and I feel this as a very tender heart, an injured heart, a very, very injured heart. I really would like you to support this transformation, TJ. Thank you. The place that I feel her is that she lives, she lives in my heart, and it's making my heart muscle very, very tender. It hurts very deeply. There's real significant pain in the heart, and I just feel her in there with a massive amount of heartbreak. Like deep heartbreak. And just the deepest, deepest heartbreak that I could ever imagine. And I'd really like her to come forward so I can connect with her. And thinking about what Dr. Schwartz said about exiles and protectors, I really want to acknowledge any protectors protecting her, the protectors protecting her. If you'd like to come forward and talk about me having access to her. I'd really like to meet her, connect with her. It's like the rejected one. I feel like she does want to come forward. But she's just looking around. She's like looking around to see if the coast is clear. To see if she's going to be allowed to talk to me. And she's just looking and looking. And what I'm seeing right now is that while there's a few protectors, they're staying back in their offices. And the main protector is called the pusher. And this is a protector who just uh, made the protection that was provided was just to get me to just push forward. Always push forward. So I thought maybe that the pusher would need to discuss this access, but the pusher seems to be also standing back in his office. It's a him. So there's all these offices. There's all these offices. Wow. For the protectors and the firefighters. All, yeah, the firefighters. The protectors, the managers, and then the firefighters. They all have offices. And inside, this is like a big, like Fort Knox kind of situation. And they're like all on duty. But then inside the inner sanctum, the exiles are being hidden for their own protection. Mm. Oh, it's quite a setup. Oh. So it's, I wandered over to a desk, front desk kind of thing. And there's just this open guest book and a pen for me to sign in. And nobody's actually there at the desk, but there's just these directions about signing in. And just going into a waiting room. I've gone into the waiting room. And I'm waiting. And there are these two protector, manager, firefighter types just kind of over in an office discussing things and then looking at me, but I can't hear what they're saying. And I am just trying to look very, well, I am, but I'm trying to look very calm and together and just, I'm going like this. Could I please meet with her? And I'm seeing on the coffee table that there's a manual for interactions with residents. I guess this is her home. So I've reviewed it. Just codes of conduct for how to have a safe interaction. And how important it is to follow the rules if I'd like to have continued access over time. I'm kind of finding myself being a little uncomfortable, and my feeling toward her and knowing that she is in here is I feel really upset for her. I feel it's like this is like a protective area, but it also feels it's like a luxury prison. It's a hospital like feeling, but more just like a residence where she's needed to stay for her own protection. Uh, I feel upset for her. I feel angry for her. The way I feel toward her. Ugh, man. Is how much she's been abandoned. And for how long? Oh my God. I feel disappointed that she's had to go through this much of her life, being this protected, being this neglected by me, by my family, by society, that we were taught to just brush things off and forget about it. And she's been here all this time. While I was also like helping all these other people, family members, partners, who literally didn't even want my help, or did they, and nor did they want to get better, and just wanted, me to be the one to do it. And she was in here all the time waiting for me. Yeah, that's the shamer coming in. That's one of the protectors, just managing and uh, protecting through shame. But I would like the shamer to relax back and let me have this time with her. Man, it says it's been waiting for a long time for me to care, for anyone to care. She's been waiting for me. And the shamer is saying, just like your parents were too busy with other people instead of being there for you, you were too busy with other people instead of being there for her. And I want you to know that I hear you and I thank you for what you have to say, and I'd like you to step back, relax back, and know that I already feel bad enough, and that I'd just like to have some time with her. I'd just like to start by making a connection with her. He's gone back into his office. It generally seems like the different protectors are in their offices everybody's watching, like, oh, you finally showed up. I've been waiting for you forever, and they're like giving me dirty looks, but also glad that I'm here. And I am just really wanting to see her. A door is opening up with a noise like opening it. And it's like a light, like inviting me in. And I'm walking through it into this room. And it's a dimly lit room, like a lounge. It's like it's like it's like beautiful decor, but it's like a dimly. It's like mood lighting. And I'm really going to invite right now my dog TJ to support this, maybe one of the most important moments of my life right now that I've ever done. Showing up for this little being. And to just please support me as I sit in this room. And it's sofas, but it's also got like a beautiful shag rug. And another noise is happening. And the door's opening and she's walking in. But it's actually I'm actually seeing like multiple beings. Okay, this is a little much, but let me. It's like a hurts my heart. This is some type of multi-dimensional being. It's got many aspects to it. never seen anything like it before. I'm just going to describe what I'm seeing. It's got it's like this, I don't know, there are multiple facets to it. It's like almost like it's a being, but it's also kind of like lit up. It's it kind of keeps just like lighting up certain parts of it that are like a teeny tiny baby, like the size baby you'd be when you were in the womb. It's got, yeah, just the little teeniest baby. And I'm really trying to figure out what it is. So take a moment, look at the time. See how we're doing. Okay. Okay. A few more minutes on this one. Yeah, it's this multi-dimensional being, like this spirit that's all lit up. Like this spirit, this little soul. Oh. And it kind of keeps showing the different shapes that it takes. It's got like there's like this purple like light illuminating it as it's like a spirit, flowing spirit. And it just kind of goes into this different version of this being, like the teeniest, tiniest little baby in a womb, like a 1-year-old. A 3-year-old. Oh, I see what it's doing. It's literally this multidimensional being showing me, like, at every age so far. Like, it's going into, like, a 1-year-old's face, like a 4-year-old's face. And it's like this, it's, it's a soul. It's a soul. It's a soul. It's the spirit, and it just keeps taking the shape of the being through the years. Uh, yeah. Okay. I I I'm in awe of it. This is what it is. I'm just taking it in. It's just sort of like almost the energy is like kind of dancing in this way. It's like reveal this face and this face and this. It's like through the versions of me. Uh, 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 so I am like stunned. So yeah, I just want to. I'm saying hello. I'm just kind of in awe of it. Wow. Just aware that this is my soul. Well, a soul seems like my soul. um, 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 I feel awe toward it. Feel an awe. I feel very privileged to see it. And as it's showing me what it is, this form, this like flowing spirit, it's just showing different like versions of me through the years. And I feel very, toward it, I feel very sad that I neglected it. That I rejected it too. Uh, I felt very moved. Where now? It's it's just landing on me what it's been through. Whew, it's making me warm everywhere. Oh, making me very, very warm everywhere. I'm just very how I feel toward it. I'm I I'm I'm very sorry for all it's gone through. And I'm letting it know that I am finally here. That I'm, I'm here not just to visit, but I'm here to help it. I'm here to understand what it needs and wants. I'm here to be with it. I'm here. I'm showing up. I'm letting it know I understand it. I am understanding now more what it is.
It's letting me know that it's been trapped for a long time. Very long time. And then every time it tried to be its authentic self, and be what it is, and who it is. And it got rejected, neglected, suppressed, hurt, beaten. Uh, Screamed at, isolated, terrorized, traumatized, and murdered. And that this has gone on for many, many lifetimes. And in this lifetime, that the rejection started from the moment that Tracy was conceived. And given to this family. And for this first meeting, I mostly am here in this moment to let you know that I'm here. That I am aware of you. That I really, really care about you. That I'm here to be the mature adult that I am and help you and support you into who you want to be, where you want to go, what you want to do, and what role, if any, you want to take on in the future. I have so many things I want to ask you, and so much support I want to give you. And for the moment, I just want to let you know that I'm here. And this is just the beginning of my help and support of you. And I'd like to take this moment to just let this be an introduction so you know I have arrived and I have made it. And so I can come in and spend the proper amount of time with you to understand exactly what you're needing, how I can help you go where you want to be, including if that is here in the present with me. I want to learn different things about you. And I want us to collaborate together. And right now, in this moment, I just want to let this let you know that I'm here with you and that I'm present, and that what I want to do now that we've met is to let you know that I'm going to be here. I'm going to be here for you and I'm going to help you. And in the meantime, I wanted to just let you know that going to I'm going to rest now. I'm really going to make sure that I'm the healthiest that I can be so that I can lead and really take care of you and work with you in what you need and support you. And I just didn't want to go another day without connecting with you and letting you know that after all this time that I am here for you. Is it okay if I hold your hand for a moment? Thank you. I'm going to go to sleep, go to bed, but I'm right here with you, and I'm looking forward to talking to you again, more in depth. I'm doing whatever it takes to help you. I just want you to know that I'm here. And I am a mature adult. And that I know that things are going to get a lot better. And that's my commitment, okay? And one thing I ask, even though it's early on, is that you trust me, that you come to trust me as soon as you can, so that I can do everything I need to take care of you. Okay, soon you will be going to wherever you want to go and coming home with me, whatever it is that you want. Okay, I love you. Oh my god. Wow. So that's the level that I was able to go to at this moment. Just round one, because this is, I think, the deepest piece of internal family systems work, and it's late where I am, and I'm going to rest now. Thanks for tuning in with me and being on this journey of transformation on my trajectory. I'm doing this to both support myself and support others to do the same, and your support is appreciated.
Thank you. Bye bye.